Hi there, awesome lady. This is Jan Copeland coming to you, real estate coach, specifically and only for women agents and brokers. And I'm going to share with you today a message that no one is talking about, that everybody should be talking about. And it's really how you, as a woman, are made perfectly to excel as a real estate agent or broker. But before I get into that, I just wanted to call your attention to, if you would follow me on facebook.com/coach Jan Copeland. That's Jan, Copeland. And join my Facebook group. She's an unstoppable agent. So it's facebook.com/groups/she's an unstoppable agent. Because you know what? In 2020, I have coined the 2020s, that decade, this decade, as the unstoppable 20s, similar to back in the 1920s when they were the roaring 20s. So ladies, we are going to be unstoppable in 2020. And I am so excited to share with you today why you're made to dominate in real estate. I'm extremely passionate about this topic. It's a fact, it's truth. And again, no one else is talking about it. So you may not feel right now like you can dominate in your market. You may have just gotten your license, or even if you've had your license, you've had some ups, you've had some downs, and you just don't feel as confident as you would like to feel. Or you may be having a difficult time having an influx of leads. Or maybe you have leads, but you're not able to convert them. Or you're showing buyers properties, but they're not saying, yes, let me write that offer. Or you could be having some issues with your sellers. And ladies, that's for another topic, but it could be because you're taking overpriced listings. But again, that's for another time. But basically, I get it. And you may doubt again that you are made to dominate as a real estate agent, but let me tell you, it's just a feeling, because I'm going to share with you fact. And you're listening to this recording right now is absolutely no mistake. You're supposed to be listening to this right now. I had to get my dog out of the way. Okay. So you're supposed to be listening to this to get your mind back on track, to open your mind to the truth, to get rid of any fear and hesitation in going all in as an agent. So let me ask you, do you know that you're an entrepreneur? That you work for yourself? You are not an employee of Coldwell Banker or Keller Williams or any of those brokerages. You don't work for anyone. You are in business for yourself. You're an entrepreneur, the CEO of your business. And isn't that amazing? I mean, I know it might be scary, but it's kind of cool to be that, to know that your success is up to you. That's saying if it's to be, it's up to me. And if I'm right, I bet you got your real estate license because you thought that you'd be able to enjoy freedom and you could control your own schedule and not have to be, at the mercy of your boss, right? Does that sound like you? Okay. So if it does, you're in the right place. And I'm here to tell you that working smart is what I'm all about. I'm all about simplicity and clarity and keeping things very authentically you, so that you don't have to go to a networking event in order to be successful. You don't have to knock on doors or make phone calls, right? We're going to tell you how you dominate, how you are made to dominate in real estate just as you are, okay? So you don't have to believe me right now, and you may seriously doubt this, but you do have what it takes to be successful, to be a top performer, in fact. So keep listening. By the end of this session, I guarantee you're going to feel energized and proud to be a woman real estate agent, and you'll approach your business with a renewed confidence, ready to jump into your business with, I got this. All right, so let's get started. So you might be wondering, who is Jan Copeland? So Jan Copeland. I started out in real estate as a second career almost 15 years ago. And I quickly rose to the top in a market where, first of all, I was a brand new agent and I knew no one because we had just moved there. Okay. So it was a time when I really had to dig my heels in to make a business for myself. Prior to becoming a real estate agent, I was in corporate for 12 years and I worked my way up and was being groomed for a regional VP position. So I was actually the senior director of sales and marketing for the Northeast region of AT&T Wireless and had about 400 people working with me on my team. And I was responsible for millions of dollars worth of budgets. And it was just an amazing, amazing career. And I met my husband on the internet and I moved, and there you go. I got married, left Philadelphia, and moved to Virginia. So now that you know who I am, you know that I've been in your shoes. I started my real estate career knowing no one in a place where I think I moved in January and I got my license in April. Okay, so talk about, really starting at the bottom. But I know what your dreams are. And so my sharing with you as your coach, as your mentor, as someone you follow on social media is one purpose. I want to shortcut your path to success because I want you to enjoy time with your family. I want you to take that time unapologetically and without guilt. So let's dig in. All right, so let's dig in here. So did you know that women are the world's most powerful consumers? And according to Forbes magazine, our impact on the economy is growing every year. Now that excites me because the stat shows in Forbes that women are directly responsible for 80% of all the buying decisions in the United States. And that makes sense, right? Because rare is the man who enjoys shopping. It's often we women who go out and buy things for the family. We take the time and care to choose things that makes our home a home. What makes our beds comfy and our bellies full, right? And according to the Forbes study, even if we're not directly responsible for the purchase, we women influence another 10 to 15% of buying decisions. An example of that would be where we have to make decisions for our elderly parents or in-laws or for our children or extended family. So, I mean, even in a situation where the wife stays home and works in taking great care of their children, isn't it the woman who typically says, this is the house, right? I mean, whether we work or not, we women are really, in most cases, the ones who make the buying decisions, right? On which home they want to make theirs. Marketers and strategists understand this significant impact on the marketplace that we women have, as we are often called gatekeepers with respect to household expenditures. So when you add the 80% direct decision making and then the 10 to 15% how we influence on buying decisions, you can see that women impact nearly 95% of all buying decisions. Now, ladies, let that sink in. Now that is amazing. And who knows women better than women? All right. So it would follow that we as women have a leg up on our male counterparts because we're able to connect with women in a way that men simply cannot. We understand each other, right? Now, another fact is that women tend to have higher expectations for customer service. And I know that's true with me. I am like totally, I want the 10 out of 10 experience, right? And like when we go to the hairdresser, it's important that I be pampered, not just get my cut and color. How I'm greeted at the door, etc. I want everything to be amazing. And whether I buy a car or go out to eat, I want to be wowed. Do you feel the same? So since we are women and we feel that way, then we understand a woman's desire for that experience. And so we can double down on the experience that we give our prospects, which when we do it right, will convert them to become a client. And then if we do it right, we continue to wow them throughout the buying or selling process. Then we win them over, and then they'll give us referrals. So do you see how that's a huge, huge advantage? Women are special. You are special. We need not forget that. Now, women have been revolutionizing sales for hundreds of years. Study after study show women in sales outperform their male counterparts, right? There, in Inc. Magazine Entrepreneur of the Year, Marion Bream wrote a book, and it's called Women Make the Best Salesmen, with a subtitle, Isn't It Time You Started Using Your Own Secrets? Right? Isn't that amazing? So, all right, let's get specific as to the success traits that we women already have. Success trait number 1, we listen with our heart. We're engaging, caring, empathetic listeners by nature. So this means that we pick up on subtle sales clues as our prospects talk. We listen. We listen not only to what's being said, but what's not being said. That's our intuitive nature, right? So we women hear emotional undertones. This allows us to proactively bring up a solution to a fear in our client's mind, even before the client overtly verbalizes that fear. Because we can anticipate the issue that he or she is kind of talking about, and we can translate that, okay? And they in turn think that, wow, they really get me. So I want to hire this person because they get me. Now, I love men. Please understand, this is not man bashing. This is just lifting up women for who we are, right? So men, on the other hand, tend to think less about the nuances of what their client is saying and more about their agenda, more about what they're going to talk about or what they think is important, okay? So let's continue. So success trait number 1 is that you listen with heart, okay? In fact, one of my clients was working a deal with a male client on the other side, and they were negotiating an offer. And the man shared that his clients were growing tired of the negotiation due to having had their home listed for so long without an offer. Now, with him telling my client that, it told my client's client that they should hold their ground, and they did. And his clients ended up accepting my client's offer. Now, my client, my coaching client is a woman agent, her clients were willing to go up. But after hearing what he said, what the other agent, the male agent said, my client knew that they could hold the line. Okay. Why? Because we females use our feminine listening skills with sharp negotiations, and they never see it coming. We innately do an amazing job of uncovering key information that we can use during negotiations as part of our sincere heart. All right. Isn't that awesome? Number 2, women are natural nurturers. Many times we actually feel personally responsible and we want to make people feel comfortable. If you have kids, you enjoy loving on your kids, caring for their every need. It's such a gift that we've been given. We know that many of our clients feel somewhat nervous to buy or sell. It's outside of their area of comfort. So what do we women do? We seek to calm their fears. And we know that the agent who can put the prospect's mind at ease will likely convert the customer to a client. So again, we women are natural nurturers. So our child walks in looking a little down. What do? We're compelled to hug them, do some kind of pick-me-up, nurture them. When we let our natural instincts lead us in our business, ladies, that is where we will find our amazingness shines through. Nurturing relationships is what we're made to do from God. We need to tap into what we feel naturally and stop looking around at what other people are doing that gets in the way. When we do that, our businesses will elevate to new levels of success in an amazing way. Remember, success in sales is about nurturing and building relationships. So stop and think about how your client feels, how you can nurture those feelings, whether they be fears or whatever. We need to write down how we can nurture their questions, their fears. So your customers and prospects in turn will feel cared for and understood, and boom, there you go. They're going to choose you. Now, number 3, women love connecting. Success in sales is, like I said, about nurturing, connecting relationships. And we women are hardwired to be connectors, okay? Socializers, those who connect, can earn clients' trust more quickly. Now, according to the National Association of Realtors, the number one reason why people choose their agent, or why they chose their agent, was because they felt they could trust them, right? So to be outrageously successful as a real estate agent, we need to have a continual flow of leads. And how do we get those leads? By connecting, by building our audience, and then nurturing the audience forever. Exactly, okay? We have to champion for them. We have to keep them and their needs at the forefront, and we're good at doing that. Secondarily, as I said earlier, through our intuitive listening skills and our desire to nurture others, our connections go deeper, which again has an amazing effect on conversion rates. And thus, through our innate love of connecting, we're able to succeed big time if we'll just be who we are without fear. Are you getting this, ladies? We're in our own way, okay? If you're not where you want to be right now and you're taking this course, this audio goes along with the Savvy Agent course, it could be, and it probably is, that you're letting your fears get in the way and you're questioning what's natural, okay? We need to stop overthinking, okay? Because we're missing opportunities. So I encourage you to join me in turning our attention to how, again, we are specifically made to dominate in real estate. We need to be confident with who we are. And we need to turn down the volume of fear. Turn down the volume of negative self-talk and doubt. Turn up the volume with, wow, these are powerful truths, and I am going to step into this in 2020. Number 4 way that we are naturally made to dominate as a real estate agent and broker is that we ask questions. We ask questions. We are nosy. Who's nosy? I hope you're giggling, because I am super nosy, right? And ladies, thank God that we're not afraid to ask questions, because questions are powerful. We are naturally curious. We want to get to the bottom of the situation. And because of our questioning of our clients, we have the answers to the way that they want to be communicated with, the answers to what they truly want in their purchase or sale of their home. I'm so thankful that I love asking questions. Women naturally acknowledge the complexities of the real estate transaction. We understand with the empathy, and we dig deeper up front to find the best solutions for each of our clients. And this goes along with our natural active listening. Because if you're like me and most women, we want to uncover as much as possible up front, right? When I was an agent, when I would first meet with a client, whether a buyer or a seller, I couldn't wait to ask questions on my buyer intake form and my seller intake form, because I wanted to write down their answers, the way they talked, what they were looking for, okay? And that was natural. Whereas with men, it's more natural for them to want to stay focused on the linear and simply give information, because guess what? Men like to solve problems, right? So when we talk to them, we want to share, but they just want to solve it and get to the solution. We women, on the other hand, learn more about our clients' needs and concerns. And with that knowledge, because of our questioning, comes power. Because the more we learn about our clients, the easier it is for us to share the best solutions for them. This helps us immensely when we're competing for a listing or competing to be the chosen buyer's agent. Number 5, we listen to our gut, which, if you're like me, is pretty spot on. I'm always amazed at that. When I don't listen to my gut, I think back, oh my gosh, I had a feeling about this. I should have listened to my gut. So we need to follow our instincts. It's a gift we're given, and we need to use it excitedly. Number 6, it's a known fact that people remember stories far better than they remember facts. And that's a beautiful thing for us women, because we naturally use stories to convey information rather than simply stating facts. I know when I was an agent and I would meet with a seller, I conveyed 2 or 3 specific stories of past clients. to share within the process of selling my value to my clients. One such story I'll share with every seller in my listing presentation is when I was working with a buyer. We had been looking for a home for a couple of weeks and nothing was quite right. Then the perfect home came on the market around 2 p.m. on a Friday. Yes, I remember the details on this one, even though it was many, many years ago, because what happened appalled me. Bottom line was, when I showed the home, the wife wanted to make an offer that night. The man said, no, let's make an offer on Sunday. I told the listing agent we'd be coming back for a second showing on Sunday with an offer in hand. And if he would let me know if an offer came in, he said absolutely he would. I checked in with him Saturday evening, no offers. Sunday, we were going to be there at noon after church. At 11:15, this agent, the listing agent, texted me, sorry, my seller chose a client. And I always use that story and say to my prospective seller, when I was an agent, I'd say, now I ask you, was that seller looking out for the best interest? Was that agent looking out for the best interest of his seller client? Absolutely not. And then when it closed, I realized that it was the listing agent who brought the buyer. And it was actually priced right. And the seller accepted an offer $3,000 under list. That always gets, and you're welcome to use that story. And if you want me to tell it in a more one-on-one fashion, just give me a call at 540-931-5050. But I had a 98% listing appointment conversion rate, which is why I have the listing intensive program. You should definitely get that if you want to be a listing queen. But ladies, let's get back to this. You want to, as a woman, you want to gather your stories and tell them as only you can, because there is much power in storytelling. And as women, we're great at it. Number 7, women are great multitaskers. Now we know this from watching a mom with 2 kids versus a dad with 2 kids. The mom will generally know what's going on, while the dad finds it a tad difficult to keep up. Likewise, we women more easily adapt to changing direction, which Lord knows happens daily with real estate, right? Real estate is fast-paced, ever-changing, with tons of simultaneous balls of to-dos in the air. Who better than a woman to get it all done and keep it all together? You with me? I'm excited. On to number 8. Women are naturally more collaborative. This is instrumental in negotiating with the other side of a transaction, and it actually helps us keep deals together. Additionally, we collaborate more freely with our clients, which makes our clients enjoy the process more, thus increasing their satisfaction with us, which means they're more likely to refer us. Ta-da! Dominating your market. Seriously, we are naturally collaborative. Some of the language to use for successfully negotiating a contract, whether you're on the buyer side or the seller side, would be, whoever the other agent is, Susie, I am so glad that you are on the other side of this transaction, because I really respect you, and I know with you on the other side, we're going to be able to get this done. Another, excellent, naturally collaborative way to speak when negotiating a deal is, I know that you are representing your clients, I'm representing my clients, and in any negotiation, neither party will be excited 100%, but at the end of the day, each will be able to walk away from the closing table feeling good about the transaction. And so when you speak to the other side like this, in a collaborative way, a win-win-win, wow, it's very powerful. So lastly, we women are okay with being vulnerable, right? We're okay with being vulnerable. We're open to sharing what we need help with, admitting when we don't know something. And this helps us seek out continued learning, which adds value to our clients and makes us actually more confident. Listen, I'm a real estate coach for you women, agents and brokers. Those of you who aren't afraid to be vulnerable and go to either me or your broker or another agent for help sharing that vulnerability are going to shoot to the top more quickly. That's why professional athletes have coaches. That's why professional singers have voice coaches, right? Every successful real estate agent, most successful, has coach, right? Because they make us more confident. Now, our male counterparts don't naturally admit things. They're not naturally vulnerable. And I know you'll relate to this. For example, it never fails that when we're on vacation or exploring in the car and my husband doesn't know where he is, he doesn't want to stop and ask for directions. And even with Siri, seriously, like sometimes we go to remote beaches. And guess what? The new generation, the millennials who are buying 60% of the homes, right, according to all the statistics, they want to deal with people who are authentic, vulnerable, genuine in heart. And ding, 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 that is you and that is me. So bottom line to all of this, awesome, awesome lady, is that God made us with some absolutely incredible traits that will make you successful. And I'm encouraging you to listen to this over and over again. Embrace each and every one. Stop overthinking. Stop procrastinating. Stop the lack of confidence, the comparing. No more. Now you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you have some really terrific gifts inside you. Gifts that position you perfectly to dominate your market. And really tell me, I want to know if you're excited. Could you please text me to 540-931-5050 that you're excited? I'm hoping that you feel empowered right now, because let me tell you something. You were born for such a time as this. You're listening to these powerful truths about you. The most successful women real estate agents and brokers, and really in all sales for that matter, didn't learn how to succeed in sales by copying the people before them. Instead, they listened and found the approach that worked best for their clients' needs, right? We need to let our strengths lead us to outrageous real estate success. So what's next for you? Will you internalize these 9 truths specifically about you and use each one to help you in your business? I guarantee that when you do, your business will level up. Now, we have them in a handy cheat sheet that will be emailed to you soon so that you can refer to them daily to encourage you from this point on, to give you that newly embraced sense of power and confidence that you have what it takes. Your dreams and goals for your business can absolutely be reached. And I'm here as your champion, your cheerleader. I noticed that our industry was lacking a girls' community, a sisterhood, a resource of coaching and training created specifically for you. And ladies, this realization of how we innately possess these traits that top realtors possess and that we can dominate is just the beginning. I encourage you to go to my website at www.coachjancopeland.com and check out the resources that I have there. And soon I will be offering a master class that I encourage you to sign up for, keep an eye out for. In the meantime, again, go to my Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/she's an unstoppable agent. Because let me tell you something, ladies, you are unstoppable. And this decade, the 2020s, is the unstoppable 20s. Join me in that, will you please? Similar to the roaring 20s of the 1900s, the 2020s are the unstoppable 20s. And my goal and commitment to you is to help you be extremely, outrageously successful. Thanks for listening. See you soon.